The Avengers are only as good as their weakest link, and lately that link has been changing more often than Iron Man's armor. Love them or hate them, the newest members of Earth's mightiest heroes have drastically altered the team's dynamic. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is the enigmatic Nighthawk, Kyle Richmond, a dark and brooding vigilante plucked from the alternate reality of the Squadron Supreme. Often compared to DC's Batman, Nighthawk boasts a similar set of skills: a master strategist, an unparalleled detective, and a brutal hand-to-hand fighter, further augmented by an arsenal of sophisticated gadgets. However, unlike the Caped Crusader, Nighthawk's path to the Avengers wasn't born from a crusade against crime, but rather a deeply personal vendetta. The cosmic demon Mephisto, a being of immense power, had systematically dismantled Nighthawk's life, leaving him with nothing but a thirst for revenge. Recognizing both Nighthawk's formidable abilities and the shared threat Mephisto posed, Black Panther extended an invitation to join Earth's mightiest heroes. Despite his solitary nature and preference for working from the shadows, Nighthawk accepted, understanding that even a lone wolf needs a pack when facing a cosmic-level threat. He is currently an active member, working alongside the Avengers, though his primary focus remains firmly on his ultimate goal, the utter destruction of Mephisto. Soaring in at number 9 is the valiant Jane Foster, a character whose journey has taken her from renowned astrophysicist to the mighty Thor and now, the newest Valkyrie. Jane's worthiness was undeniably proven when she lifted the enchanted hammer Mjolnir during a desperate time, embodying the power of Thor and defending Asgard with unparalleled courage. After the devastating War of the Realms, which saw the tragic fall of the Valkyrie, or the ancient order of Asgardian warrior goddesses, Jane Foster was chosen to take up their mantle. As Valkyrie, she now wields the enchanted sword Underjarn, a blade capable of cleaving through mystical barriers and even the fabric of reality itself. Beyond her combat prowess, Valkyrie serves as a vital link between the living and the honored dead, possessing the power to ferry souls to and from the hallowed halls of Valhalla. This unique ability, combined with her experience as Thor, makes her an invaluable member of the Avengers, providing both martial strength and a crucial connection to the mystical realms. She is currently an active member of the team. Descending upon us at number 8 is the imperious king of Atlantis, Namor, the Submariner, a powerful and often controversial figure. Namor is a complex character, a ruler who has fiercely protected his underwater kingdom, often placing him in direct conflict with the surface world. His immense pride, volatile temper, and questionable allegiances have seen him labeled both hero and villain throughout his long history. However, a recent and crushing defeat, which resulted in the devastating loss of his kingdom, served as a harsh awakening for the once unflappable monarch. Seeking a path to redemption and a chance to atone for past transgressions, Namor found an unlikely ally in She-Hulk. Recognizing the potential for change within the humbled king, she extended an offer to join the Avengers. With his unparalleled superhuman strength, the ability to breathe both air and water, command over marine life, and mastery of the oceans themselves, Namor brings a unique and formidable power set to the team. Though he currently serves as an active member, his past actions and inherent arrogance still occasionally create friction within the ranks, making his presence a constant source of both strength and tension. Taking the number 7 spot is the remarkable Echo Maya Lopez, a deaf Native American hero whose unique abilities set her apart in the world of superhuman combat. Echo possesses the extraordinary gift of photographic reflexes, allowing her to instantly and flawlessly mimic any physical action she witnesses. This makes her an incredibly adaptable and dangerous fighter, able to master any martial art or combat technique with a single glance. However, Echo's journey took a monumental leap forward when she became the chosen host of the Phoenix Force, a primordial cosmic entity of unimaginable power, capable of creation and destruction on a universal scale. This fusion of unparalleled martial skill and cosmic might has transformed Echo into one of the most formidable beings on Earth and a powerhouse member of the Avengers. Her connection to the Phoenix Force not only amplifies her already impressive abilities, but also adds a crucial cosmic dimension to the team's roster, preparing them for threats that originate far beyond the confines of the planet. She remains an active and powerful member of the team, grappling with the immense responsibility that comes with wielding the Phoenix Force. Number 6 brings us the master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. Recruited by Tony Stark, Shang-Chi initially hesitated to embrace the technological side of superheroics. However, he eventually came to understand the value of teamwork and diverse approaches to combat. His mastery of countless martial arts styles, combined with his newfound control over the 10 rings, makes him a deadly opponent. He represents a bridge between ancient martial arts traditions and the modern world of superheroics. Current status: an active and valued member of the team. At number 5, we have the Daywalker, Blade. A half-vampire with a burning vendetta against the creatures of the night, Blade was recruited by Black Panther to deal with a rising vampire threat. His expert swordsmanship, superhuman abilities, and immunity to vampire bites make him the perfect weapon against the undead. Blade's presence on the team highlights the Avengers' willingness to confront supernatural threats head-on. His recent possession by Varnage during the Blood Hunt event has caused some lingering tension, highlighting the dangers they face. Current status, active, but navigating the aftermath of his possession. Number 4 takes us back to 1982, Monica Rambeau, the second Captain Marvel. Monica possesses the incredible ability to transform into any form of energy along the electromagnetic spectrum, from visible light to gamma rays. She was introduced to the Avengers by Spider-Man, seeking help in mastering her powers. She quickly became a prominent member and even led the team for a time. Monica was recently trapped in an alternate reality after sealing a hole in the universe. She sacrificed herself to ensure the safety of the multiverse. Current status, trapped in an alternate reality, but her impact on the team remains. At number 3, we have the Black Knight Dane Whitman, wielding the cursed ebony blade, a weapon that grants him enhanced abilities but also whispers dark temptations. The Black Knight is a warrior torn between his heroic nature and the blade's corrupting influence. He initially infiltrated the Masters of Evil before proving his loyalty to the Avengers. His swordsmanship and the power of the Ebony Blade make him a valuable asset in battle. Current status, active member, constantly battling the influence of the Ebony Blade. Coming in at number 2, we revisit Echo, this time in her earlier role as Ronin. Joining the new Avengers in 2005, Echo initially operated in the shadows, infiltrating the criminal underworld of Japan. This period showcases her versatility and willingness to take on dangerous undercover missions. It's a testament to her dedication to justice, even before she gained the Phoenix Force. Current status, active, now as the Phoenix Force host on the main Avengers team. And finally, at number 1, we have the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. While he had been offered membership before, Spider-Man officially joined the new Avengers in 2005. His superhuman strength, agility, wall-crawling abilities, and iconic web shooters make him one of the most recognizable and beloved heroes in the world. Spider-Man's everyman quality and unwavering sense of responsibility make him a relatable and inspiring figure. Current status, active member of the main Avengers team.
Captain America tells Iron Man to take the children of the Avengers to a base in the Arctic Circle to keep them safe. Here, Tony trains the kids for over 12 years until they become the new Young Avengers. Among these children is the son of Captain America and Black Widow, James Rogers. As the son of 2 super soldiers, James possesses all the benefits of the super soldier serum: peak human strength, speed, durability, agility, stamina, and reflexes. He also becomes the natural leader of the group of Young Avengers and has a natural gift for tactics and planning, so much so that it helped the team to defeat Ultron with the help of the Incredible Hulk. Speaking of the big green Goliath, when the Hulk was banished from Earth by the Illuminati during Planet Hulk, he crash landed on the planet Sakaar, which is where the Hulk met his second wife. Although Kayor appeared to pass away in the destruction of Sakaar, she actually gave birth to the Hulk's first children, Scar and Hero Kala. Now, a lot of people are aware of Scar, and he even had an appearance in the MCU, although he looks nothing like he should. But Hero Kala seems to be often overlooked. While Scar looks like his dad, Hero Kala takes more after his shadow child mother in more ways than one. Other than being pale, bald, and rather skinny looking, Kala inherited the ancient old power after the destruction of Sakaar. But learning that the old power is corrupt, he just creates the quote new power by combining the old power and the power cosmic, fueled by hate for Galactus. With this power, Hero Kala has insane levels of durability. He's been able to bestow the power on others, mutating them. He could create force fields capable of taking on a blast from Galactus. He had precognitive visions. He could create energy blasts powerful enough to destroy planets and turn into stone. He's incinerated fools, made people's heads explode. He can fly, control tectonic plates, which is nuts, move planets, which is more nuts, and pull them out of their orbit. So yeah, he's kinda off the chain. Now, with a name like Hulkling and the fact that he's green, you may think that Theodore Teddy Altman is also the son of the Hulk, but you would be very much incorrect. Funnily enough, Hulkling is actually the direct son of none other than the first ever Captain Marvel, Marvel of the Kree, who became an honorary member of the Avengers after his passing, so to me, that makes him fair game. Okay, but why is he green and can shapeshift? Well, that's because back during during the Kree-Skrull War, the Super Skrull took Captain Marvel, Quicksilver, and the Scarlet Witch and presented them to the Skrull Emperor. Now while being imprisoned, Captain Marvel and the Emperor's daughter, Princess Anel, got a little too close for comfort, and about 9 months or however long it takes for Skrulls later, out popped a tiny little Kree-Skrull hybrid with superhuman strength, speed, and stamina, and the ability to shapeshift, named Teddy. For a lot of his time, he would turn into a teenage-sized Hulk as a member of the Young Avengers, but thanks to his heritage, he has moved on to become the Emperor of the Kree-Skrull Empire, which, as you can imagine, entails a different kind of power than the super variety. An adopted test tube baby created by Arnim Zola in Dimension Z, Ian Rogers, or Nomad, was taken by Steve Rogers and was raised for 10 years by him in Dimension Z until he was thought to be accidentally taken out by Sharon Carter. But he actually survived and was raised further by Sharon while Steve was back in the real world. Being trained by Captain America, Ian was exceedingly useful in combat and even with using a shield like his father's, but he was also born with above peak human levels of physical and mental abilities like enhanced strength, speed, intellect, and longevity, as well as accelerated healing thanks to the biogel that Zola made him with. As long as he has a supply of that gel within his armor, his body will always fix itself from pretty much anything. He once wielded the shield of Cap, but now uses the Horde Crusher, which is a big old staff made by Arnim Zola. He's pretty awesome, and he had a really awesome leading part in the Secret Wars story Hail Hydra from 2015, alongside another offspring of Captain America, Ellie Rogers. The daughter of Steve Rogers and Sharon Carter, Ellie Rogers is a member of the Resistance in the really cool Secret Wars story of Hail Hydra from 2015. In the second issue, she meets up with Ian Rogers, Nomad, and after the Resistance is attacked by Venom, she gets infused with the Venom symbiote, gaining similar powers to those of Eddie Brock. Before this point, she seems to just be a very healthy, regular person, even despite her father's super soldier status. She had given up on the dream of the Resistance after such a long time under the control of Hydra, but her brother Nomad inspired her to keep up the fight, and they got in a little kerfuffle with the Hydra Avengers, and despite having a symbiote, she was taken out by her injuries. Wiccan, aka Billy Kaplan's existence, is made possible by Scarlet Witch's reality warping powers. Billy here, along with his brother, were created by the Scarlet Witch as children that she couldn't actually have. Now, both of her sons were eventually erased from existence for the safety of pretty much everyone, including Wanda herself. Scarlet Witch later recovers her memories of her children, leading to a mental breakdown in Avengers Disassembled and the monumental event known as the House of M. Now, following those events, it is revealed that her children were actually reborn through reincarnation. Wiccan, as one of her spiritual sons, has inherited his mother's remarkable magical abilities. Like Scarlet Witch, Wiccan wields magic to manipulate reality, and in certain timelines, he even ascends to the role of Sorcerer Supreme in the future. He has been a part of the New Avengers, Avengers Idea Mechanics, and the Young Avengers, and the Secret Avengers, and he is scary powerful. Elsa Bloodstone is the daughter of the once immortal monster hunter Ulysses Bloodstone. Now, Ulysses trained Elsa from birth to inherit the family business, but using the word trained is a little bit of a misnomer. As a rite of passage, Ulysses made Elsa face the Blight Beast when she was just a baby. He tried to move her, quote, weakness by throwing her to a horde of great white sharks, and as her first monster, he made her face a Clipoth and allowed her to get infected by its blood as punishment for taking too long. While this makes Ulysses Bloodstone sound like a horrible person, which he is, he was actually an Avenger, although he was part of the little-known first team led by Nick Fury, which also had Sabretooth and Kraven the Hunter as part of its lineup. After her father's passing, Elsa took up the family tradition and became one of the best monster hunters in the world. As part of her inheritance, she received the Bloodstone Choker, granting her enhanced strength, stamina, speed, and durability, and an enhanced healing factor, but those are powers she did already possess to a certain degree thanks to the blood running through her veins, which, on a side note, is also toxic to vampires, and even if one did bite her, she's immune to the vampire curse, so good for her, I guess. As you can imagine, her attributes plus her profession as one of the best monster hunters in the world made her a valuable asset when she was part of the Avengers. When Earth's heroes were taken to a distant planet by the Beyonder to perform in the Secret Wars, it was only because of the scientific mind of Reed Richards that they could return home. However, in the reality shown in What If number 114, Reed actually ends up passing away during a battle with the supervillains that had also been taken to the Beyonder's planet, leaving both the heroes and the villains stuck there. Over time, both parties decided to put their differences aside and settle down. 2 decades later, and it seems some of the heroes did settle down and even popped out some kids. Rogue became romantically involved with Captain America of all people, only it's important to note that it wasn't really Rogue anymore who was in charge of her body, but the Carol Danvers personality. Carol, being able to control Rogue's absorption power, had a kid with Captain America who they named Sarah. Their daughter had inherited Carol's powers, but she could also be worthy enough to pick up Thor's hammer and often donned her father's shield as well, taking up the codename Crusader. Sarah joined several other superpowered teenagers to form a new group of Avengers. During a fight with the son of Dr. Doom, who was trying to return to Earth and conquer it, Sarah, like most of those descended from the Captain America, became a natural leader and helped inspire the other teen heroes. She is very powerful and she is very cool. In this year's Avengers Twilight, the story takes place after an event called H-Day, when Ultron and the Red Skull used the Incredible Hulk to launch a brutal attack and wipe out most of the Avengers. They then managed to turn the public against the remaining heroes in the aftermath, and their survivors retired. Now, in this dystopian future, the son of Iron Man and the Wasp, James Jimmy Stark, inherited the empire of Stark Technology. Having grown up in a society where superhuman vigilantism had been tarnished by public opinion, and being raised by Kyle Jarvis, who is not who he says he is, James's brilliant mind was used to create technology like the oppressive surveillance system, Iron Man drones, the armor used by the corrupt police force and the army, as well as the new Avengers, which were really just holograms. He eventually makes his own powerful Iron Man armor and uses it to fight Steve Rogers and his resistance before eventually trying to right his wrongs. Avengers Twilight is a definite must-read from this year, so check it out to learn more about James Stark. As the child of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, Franklin Richards was expected to be a big deal, and he really was. This kid has some pretty major reality warping abilities. There's an incredibly famous moment from the Fantastic Four story written by Jonathan Hickman, where Franklin is dressed up all rootin' tootin' in a Wild West outfit, strapped up with 2 plastic toy big irons, which he then points at Norman Osborn, and using his abilities, he actually makes them fire. It's insane. He has been shown to create a pocket universe, create life doubles of someone, bring back the dead, and create entire planets. Franklin is one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe, so much so that the Celestials even fear him. And it's not just simple reality warping. In that same Fantastic Four story, Franklin's older self went back through time to train his younger self and protect the Fantastic Four, and he made Galactus into his herald in a comic book moment that will literally knock your socks off. Maybe not literally, but you get the point. Right now, it's pretty uncertain where Marvel is taking his character, but it's gotta be somewhere cool eventually.